I was actually just discussing the budget report before you came by. You must be very talented to have finished all your student council duties so quickly that you can track me down to make sure I don't forget my own. Are you accusing me of slacking off? It seems like you're confusing me with yourself. I don't think so. That would be a very difficult thing for me to do, comparing myself to you. You're right, the difference between us is like heaven and hell. It's not hard to guess which one you might represent. The air between them ripples with the heat of their enmity. I've always had a problem with that word. Well, not really. They can't disguise it anymore, though. Even Misha looks like she's beginning to understand the real nature of this conversation. Hichan, don't you slack off either. What are you talking about? Aren't you taking part in the festival, Hichan? You are, aren't you? Then I hope you're going to do a lot more to make sure it goes smoothly than this person. I don't understand why she's suddenly getting mad at me. Don't drag me into this. I've done my part. We'll do this when either we're doing Lily or Hanako. I guess we could probably do Rins too. I don't know if that matters. Why am I being dragged into this again? I've done more than enough, I think. If you're angry with Lily, this has nothing to do with me. Now wait just a second. Are you implying the president is more right in scolding me than yourself? Ah, damn, I think I could have worded that better. No, I don't know about that, but I mean... What are you saying, Hichan? It's just that I hardly think it's fair you can say that, seeing that I've helped you guys. The mood has changed. This is like a showdown between two gunfighters now. Well, it was like that before too, but this time Shizune's focus on me. And so is Lily's, though she keeps quiet. I'm afraid I inadvertently pissed her off. Are you saying I'm wrong? What a dangerous situation. It's too early to argue with you. Yes, I think it's unfair of you to get on my case. Hichan, you want too much, but you have a point. Okay. You're not lazy, Hichan. Ha 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 ha. Shizune pushes her glasses up with her thumb, almost approvingly. That's good. If you're not useless, you shouldn't let anyone say you are. But the next time I say it, it'll really be because you are disappointing to me, like Miss Class Rep here. So don't let this go to your head. Lily takes the jab silently, a venomous visage frozen on her face. Class Rep, Hichan says don't forget that report, please. I won't. Would that be all? Yep. Then good day to you all. Her voice would cut the air in the classroom into half if it was more tangible. Lily leaves the room, understandably in a bad mood, but still managing to be as poised and calm as usual. Shizune, you did go a little too far today. It's true, Hichan, just a little. If I'd been expecting Shizune to grudgingly admit I have a point there as well. I think I was expecting too much. She doesn't respond. Ha ha ha! Hichan thinks you should mind your own business. Hichan, we have a few last minute things to take care of before class. We might be late, so can you please cover for us? Yeah. Perfect. Yay. Okay. Thanks, Hichan. They walk outside even though there are only 10 minutes left before the bell will ring, signaling the start of class. Hanako doesn't come to the morning class at all, leaving her seat looking empty and lonely in the back of the classroom. I had to tell her that Lily was looking for her if I see her later. After the events of this morning, class is pretty boring in comparison. I turn my pages in my textbook lazily. We've been covering the same amount of pages each day, so reading ahead is more or less giving myself a preview of what tomorrow's lesson will be about. The clock at the front of the room sounds unbearably loud. The teacher hasn't said anything in over 7 minutes, instead opting to cover the board in rows and rows of equations taken directly from the book. Ugh, I had to burp, sorry. The rhythmic clashing of talk on the blackboard seems to synchronize perfectly with the ticking of the clock. I start to copy down the equations just to pass the time, not noticing Misha's head poking over my shoulder until she is almost on top of me. What are you doing? I try to strike a balance between being quiet enough to not draw attention to myself, but loud enough to draw hers. What are you doing, Hichan? Panic shoots through me as Misha starts talking at her normal volume, and I sputter out a hasty reply, still keeping my voice down despite the fact that she just blew any hope of being discreet I may have had. Copying down that stuff, what are you doing? Why so loud? Aw, really? But it's all in the book. That's why no one else is copying it down. I know. Why are you so loud? Why are you so quiet, Hitchan? It's hard to hear you. Look around to see if anyone noticing our conversation. It's pretty obvious that everyone has, even the teacher. Shizune smiles coyly, and I start to wonder if Misha is doing this because she told her to, and I need to get more water. When I go for a long time, I tend to need more refreshment, but I'll be right back. Alrighty, I am back. Is it because of what happened between her and Lily earlier? This is what I get for trying to be reasonable. Oh, this is what I get for trying to be reasonable? For trying to take the middle path? Shizune is way too prideful. Although by now I should now know to expect that kind of behavior from her. Why are you doing this? Huh? Misha is totally oblivious to the awkward stare the teacher is giving both of us, while trying to balance her textbook on one finger. For a brief second, it looks like as if things could get ugly, but the teacher simply looks away as if it's not worth the trouble. I guess this is really good, and I slump back in my seat in relief. The rest of the day passes by uneventfully, and this time I'm able to appreciate that it does. When the bell rings, I'm not in a hurry, so I stay for a while reviewing what we covered in class today. I prefer to leave last anyway, so I don't have to deal with crowding in the hallway. I know Shizune and Misha have also stayed behind talking to someone from another class. Shizune's standing so fast her hands make noise like swords cutting through the air. Misha is trying desperately to keep up, but it's clear she can barely manage to even understand her. I put my head down. Whatever they're discussing, it looks like serious business. Probably way over my head. Not just that. But Shizune also seems angry, although it could just be her normal severity making it appear so. Shizune's eyes to the point where her wrists crackle, and Misha struggles to spit it out in word form. Sometimes she trips over herself like she's dealing with tongue twisters, and then on top of that, she has to sign back whatever the other girl says. Seems like a rough job. Misha looks tired, like she's about to faint. Luckily for her, their business is soon finished, and the girls sit down on their seat in their seats again. I'm so tired. She hangs her head limply on her desk, looking exhausted. Festival preparations must be tough for you. Indeed, the people in the school seem to be taking the festival very seriously. Whenever I see people idling around before and after classes, they're always talking about their plans for it. It's kind of neat to see everyone being so enthusiastic about it. I'm probably the only one who doesn't have something to do. Shizune starts signing at me, and Misha perks up, looking at her hands with slightly unfocused eyes. She signs with harsh, heavy dramatic strokes. Misha translates her signing into speech for me. She does it so well, it's almost like Shizune is actually speaking, transmitting her thoughts directly through Misha. Well, we're in the student council, you know, so we're pretty busy. Sarcasm? Huh? The tone of Shizune's actions make me think she is speaking with disdain. But Misha interprets it normally, replacing whatever intent may have been there with her own chipper twist on things. It's still disorienting. I don't think I'll ever get used to it. Never mind. How could I forget with you two trying to get me to join at least twice a day? Ha ha ha, but Hichan, some could say the work is too much. It'd be nice if students were to show a little more support for their leadership. Some appreciation to the ones who are working so hard to make it all possible. Maybe, for example, a little help. That's asking too much, is it? Yep, help would be appreciated from students like you. If students would show their dedication and school spirit, offer some help, well, I don't exactly need it. But I wouldn't necessarily refuse it, so it would be nice if someone would. Oh, hello? I look over my shoulder and see Hanako peering timidly into the classroom, most of her body hidden behind the door. Hey, playing delinquent again? Hanako blushes hard at Misha's straightforward jab, even if it was only in jest. She soon stares at her probingly, causing Hanako to look down and start backing away, to the point where only her fingers can be seen wrapped nervously around the edge of the door. Maybe she's showing her dislike of Hanako by association with her dislike of Lily. It appears so, and Hanako probably knows it as well. They seem to have momentarily forgotten about trying to get me to stay for the rest of the day. What is it, Hanako? Has Lily been here? Sorry Katawa is not here. She, came by this morning, though. Hanako keeps looking uneasily at Shizune, who stares back at her with her usual studying gaze. What is she trying to do? Of course Shizune isn't going to look away. She is intimidating enough as is, so I can only imagine how terrified Hanako would be. It's a little funny, though, watching Hanako's reaction to Shizune's normal behavior. This is what happens when two people of different extremes meet, it seems. Do you know where she is? She has any sense in her head. She's in her classroom working on their festival project, but who knows where that woman is loitering at. She might be slacking off somewhere. What a useless woman. Hanako nods quickly and retreats with haste, obviously to avoid any further contact with Shizune. Unfortunately, this turns their attention fully back to me. But Hichan is not useless, right? He said so himself. Wah ha 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 ha. I can see where this is going. I do not want any part of it. Not after that experience yesterday. Well, good luck with your preparations. I start packing my bag, ready to make a break for the exit. Unfortunately, I'm all the way to on the other side of the room. The short distance to the doorway seems like a vast no man's land to me now. Shizune and Misha both start moving slowly in front of me, cutting me off my route of escape in an unsettling, cautious way that makes me think of ship-to-ship combat. Hopefully new stuff, I think. I think Hichan is saying that you should help us, Hichan. Gee, I wouldn't know. She's so subtle. But that's the intent, so please? I can't keep up. We have to actually build stalls for the festival. Almost all of them by ourselves. Can you believe that? Hammering boards together over and over again for hours, it's really hard. I'm so used to it. I was doing swinging motions in class and I didn't even know it. She bangs at her desk a couple times imitating hammer blows. It's so repetitive, I can't stand it, and yesterday I actually hammered all the boards on top of each other. It was just a stack of boards all nailed together, and then I had to take it apart and do it all over again. I got yelled at and laughed at. So she clamps the hand down on my shoulder and grins, quickly running her tongue across her teeth mischiefully. Do you have any plans for today, Hichan? I wonder if you do. Sure, I have plans. Really? You're going to help us, right? I notice her hands are moving constantly. She's signaling everything we both say so that Shizune can understand. Shizune is being somewhat quiet today. Is she still angry? Well, probably at least a bit. I can see it in her eyes, but this could also just be another way of trying to guilt me into lending her a hand. I have to find a way out of this. Hey, I should go now to the library. You know, homework. I should get going, shouldn't I? I have to be diligent because I'm a new student and all, so I get to make a good first impression, right? Yeah. See you later, then. I turn to bolt for the door, but Shizune's blocking my path, her arms crossed over her chest and stern expression on her face. She wags a finger tauntingly and begins signing to Misha with the manner of squad leader giving directions to his fellow soldiers. Just help him. I don't see why you're not. It didn't seem like you were in any rush to get to the library, Hichan. That's right, Hichan. It does seem like he's probably going to slack off for the rest of the day. Ha ha ha! Wah ha 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 ha! You're surrounded. Let's go to the student council room. She lets out a chuckle, then breaks into laughter. I'm sorry, Hichan. I feel bad, but this works out for everyone, right? That's right, Hichan. Yes, that's a good point, too. Yes, this is beneficial to everyone. It solves all our problems. Yeah, I also thought he'd be more appreciative of our efforts. They pulled themselves closer as if they are about to pounce. Hey guys, 2-on-1 isn't very fair, is it? She keeps looking forward and passive, then gives a sinister smile. That is a weird smile, I would call it sinister. Come on, we have a lot of work to do. Let's go to the student council room. Gee, I don't know. Misha laughs. Deja vu? She chortles before letting out another laugh. Ha 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 ha, you know, my horoscope said it'd be a good day for me today. Now that you're going to help, Shizun quickly signs to her.